Okay, so today we are going to talk about some of the streaming video resources that we have available at Hudson County Community College. So I always like to start with the homepage, library.hccc.edu/home. And then I actually will come down to under e-resources here on the menu, go to videos, and this will get us to our streaming content. So here we've got a few different things. Avon from Alexander Street's got more than 70,000 titles. Films on demand. We're phasing out Illumira. Canopy's on trial. LinkedIn Learning is really more about video tutorials than anything else, but it is, again, streaming media. And then Swank Digital Campus. So I'm going to now go into each one of these a little bit. So Avon is really interesting. It has all kinds of information, all kinds of documentaries, movies, series. I'm going to go to channels so we get an idea of what is available here. And so there's popular channels here up at the top. So there's PBS programs. I looked through some of it before, and there's things like Bleak House that the BBC does, and some of their other great programs. Sony Picture Classics, again, some really wonderful movies in there. Music and performing arts. So I looked in there, and we've got opera, and we've got, classical music, dance performances. It's really wonderful. Documentaries. And then we've got CNN features. So some of them are very short clips. Some of them are much longer. The nice thing about Alexander Street's or Avon is that it is updated regularly. So, here's some documentary about the American Civil War. And these are just popular channels that they've got pulled out, documentaries. There's so much information in here. Architecture, Asian studies. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. We have a lot about Black history, Black studies. Again, here's classical music. We have the opera La Boheme, Candide. We have cooking. You want to learn how to cook or see how somebody else cooks, because I need all the help in the world with cooking. Actually, I don't, because I don't like cooking, but it's just something there. Counseling and therapy, criminal justice and public safety. Well, not only do we have that as a major at Hudson, but it's also certainly a hot topic these days with law enforcement. And then there's dance. There's all kinds of modern ballet, the classics. So I don't know why there's dentistry, but we've got dentistry on here. We've got drama.
Lisa, is there a way of finding out the categories?
You can go to
my collection
and collections. Yeah, so the collections is here. You go into here. Well, that's our own channel. So yeah, you have to do this. You can filter the results, and you can come over here to the three bars and filter the results a little bit. If there's something that you want to watch. So the filter is I would say not 100% great, but if you're willing to do a little digging, there is definitely information here. So if I go over here, sort by, you can filter the results a little bit more, search. So there is a lot of content here. So our next is Films on Demand. Actually, this is not something that I highly recommend. There's only about 200 films and clips in here, and there's not a lot in here. And it's based upon what people have requested in the past, but I also think a lot of it is a little bit older. So I'm not a big fan of Films on Demand, but we do have it. Kanopy. This is very interesting. We have it on trial. I don't know if we are going to continue using it or not. I have used Kanopy a lot through the Jersey City Public Library. So what it has is documentaries, foreign movies, news clips, all kinds of offbeat information, and from places all over the world. So, popular world cinema and voting rights, some really interesting titles there. History. I just went by A&E from Arts and Entertainment. This is recommended for me based upon some of my past viewing. It has a ton of information from World War II. Again, here's things that are from the Middle East, immigration experiences. So there's regular movies in here and documentaries, and they're always updating what's in here. So I do like Kanopy a lot. I'm just not sure if we're going to keep it because we're trying to see if it meets our needs. So, but I do recommend taking a look at it. You can browse. It's got different classifications, and you can drill it down even further. Instructional films and lessons. That's probably the weakest area of it that I've seen. But we've got RGB, the documentary, one of them about her, about our late great Justice. So I think Kanopy is really pretty interesting and worth taking a little time to look at. We have LinkedIn Learning in here. So LinkedIn Learning is really more for tutorials, lessons about how to do so much. Much of it's related to business world, but again, you have so many opportunities here to learn something. There are courses, some of them are just, short one-shot, 15, 20-minute video. Others are a whole series of films. Photoshop. Yeah, there's a lot of information about graphic arts in here. It's attached to LinkedIn now. And so I'm seeing a lot of information on here that has to do with, what's current in the business world. So web design, coding, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, SEO, things like that are pertinent. They're showing what's popular, effective listening, customer service, handling abusive customers. Well, we deal in the library, and every once in a while you do have to learn how to deal with somebody a little carefully, as they can be a little challenging. So, there's a lot of good information in here. And I have taken a number of the courses over some time and picked up a few skills and a few ideas. Lastly, we have Swank Digital Campus. Now, I am having a horrible time getting logged into this. So that should just tell you what's going on with it. It does have some very interesting movies, but it doesn't seem to have a great many. So there's about 30 or 40 titles in it right now. I'm not exactly sure how many movies and documentaries we have here. It could be very interesting because the titles that it is showing run the gamut. It does have a category view or a title view. So that's about it. and see, make sure that I covered everything.
Can there be more than one user using a particular video? Say it's assigned for a course and the students watch it on their own time. Can 3 students happen to be watching it at the same time?
As for, yes, yes, yes. It's not like, you know, Overdrive, which is the ebooks where we have so many licenses per title, you know, and most of the time you only are able to take out one at a time. So no, there's definitely that. And oh, there's one more thing I want to show very quickly that you might be interested in, Kate. We have something new called Anatomy TV. We got it particularly, and again, it's still on trial, but I think we're going to keep it because it's modeling the parts of the body, diseases, what the organs look like. This gives us 3D models, which is really helpful, I think, for the nursing programs, because it's so difficult to show what the body is about internally. And if you have 3D modeling, your guided learning assessments, I think it should be very useful to the nursing department. I know we've been talking to them about it, and you know, I hope that they are liking it and finding useful information. Here's a 3D atlas of the arm, of the thorax and arm, so it can be moved around. I think that's pretty cool. And I you know, it's so difficult, I know, with the clinical parts of the nursing programs and even the pedagogical and didactic parts, just trying to show these parts of the body. It gets very expensive very quickly. And right now with the pandemic, you know, I know everybody is working very hard to try and keep people safe. And so perhaps the students are not having some of the same experiences that they would have normally. I know that they are definitely going out for their clinicals, but, you know, maybe it's a little bit more observation and hands-off than it has been in the past. So here's an opportunity for, again, a little bit more in-depth looking at parts of the body. And we're kind of excited about that, about this. So I hope that that helps. We're going to have video tutorials shortly. And so that's about it. This is just meant to be a real kind of quick little adventure, just to show a little bit about what we have here at the library. So this was about what our streaming video access is. So, you know, got any suggestions, any thoughts, any questions? We're always open to hearing more, getting feedback, et cetera, et cetera.
No, this was very helpful.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to look more in depth in some of these things and see if there are things like the nursing skills videos, things like that. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Yes, yes. Well, you know, it really should be under streaming videos on this Anatomy TV. I don't know why we don't, so I'm going to have to check back and see if we can't move it under there. But yeah, I'm hoping that it does prove helpful for the health sciences people. And some of the other things are just, you know, informational, or when you have those 10 minutes somewhere or an hour that you need to unload your mind, or have some educational opportunities in a different direction, because I think we all need a little bit of that today. I think that there's a number of things to look at here. All right. Well, guys, that was it. We're doing the libraries online that we're calling our series, and they're just sort of brief 15, 20 minutes, half an hour sessions, highlighting certain aspects of what we have in our collection, and that can be reached virtually. So as you know, Kate, being still a librarian, you know how much libraries have, and that sometimes we, as the librarians, the experts, don't even know as well as we probably should. But because we have so many tools, which is fantastic, sometimes we lean on our favorites. So this is a good exercise for all of us to make sure that we see what we have and to introduce it to our Hudson County Community College community. So.
I love this zeroing in on one particular tool, like you did with videos today, because then we can go on, with our other work to do. It's yeah.
Good.
It's good.
Good. Well, keep looking for it. We're going to be doing it, I think, on Thursdays every week, at least for the semester. We're just going to see how it goes along with everything else. And again, just highlighting one aspect of what we have in our collection. So thank you, guys.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.